Alright, wife's asleep, kids are asleep, let's play some video games. My name is not John Smith and today we're playing Timberborn. Welcome back to Beaverome, where we finally have our aqueduct working. We finished in the last episode the connection to the now bigger water reservoir, which is currently overflowing. We'll fix that in the future. And well, as long as the level in the aqueduct is higher than those two sluices here, we have good water coming down here. And in this case, filling the ancient Beaverome crater. And in this episode, we'll also re-establish the very first aqueduct that we ever had, which was over there. Back in that time, we had one good water source down there, hooked up to the aqueduct, which would bring the good water to this lake. Right now, we have a system in place where we have this underground pipe here, which is hooked up to the reservoir and fills the irrigation system over there with water. It's lower down so that we can always use the full, you know, the full potential of the reservoir, because it's at the lowest level of the reservoir. But yeah, and obviously we'll keep that in for, you know, fail-safe mechanism or fallback mechanism. But I want to re-establish the original aqueduct over here so that it will just look nicer. Doesn't do any other thing than bringing water over there as long as we have enough water in the reservoir. And if we do no longer have enough water in the reservoir, thus in the aqueduct, the water will still be fed through this thing. So yeah, that's the plan for this episode. Let me quickly check if food and water is okay. That's perfectly fine. We do have some unemployed beavers. I think we could use another hauling post over here in, you know, the farmlands area. Yeah, let's build one. Actually, triple speed. And how about over here? Let's say we'd have the hauling post on top of that. How would that look? I think that's okay. Which would mean... yeah. This would mean stairs down here. Yeah, I think that's okay. Oh, hold on. This is also needed. Higher priority on the construction site, probably lowest priority on the workplace, or lower priority on the workplace. Let's do it like this. And they'll build that, and then we... Wow, now we no longer have beavers without a job. No mind. That's fine. Still fine. Okay. Also still 12 3-beds and 6 children, so we'll have more beavers. Right, do we have to check something over here for the time being? I think that's fine. Oh, they finally built the workshops. That's good, so now we have more treated planks production. Which means we can probably get rid of those. Well, I'm just gonna leave them in. Why not? Doesn't hurt. Right, now, for this. We want to re-establish the aqueduct here, which means we need... Well, what I think is going to happen, we'll see that when doing it. I want to have the aqueduct, you know, I guess at this height something. And water will drop down from this aqueduct to the other aqueduct and then run over here and drop down in this pool again. So that the rest of the sluice system here, well, is still going to work as is. And I think we'll just do a time-lapse where I plan this. Pumps probably have to go. Maybe we'll have to rearrange them. We'll see. We now have the dry season approaching. Do I want to change this to a more reasonable level? Because that was just for, you know, showing purposes that we set the downstream to this height. I don't know. How about more or less the level that we have now, 580? That's less than we have now. Yeah, also I think we need to play around with the sluices here more. This probably should close above 50. So that we don't get this overflowing thing here. Because as soon as this stops, water piles up here. And we should have no more water coming in here, so that we don't have overflow. Yeah, okay. I guess we'll have to play around with that in the future. More often. We'll see. But now let's do a time lapse and let's see if I can plan the aqueduct. As you can see, the plan is that we have sluices here, which will fill this reservoir. But to be honest, something's not right here. I think the pillars are way too thick. Yeah, I need to do something about that. I don't like that. They don't have to be this big. No, I think I have to rip that out again and restart. That's just part of the process. Not rip out the whole thing. I think this pillar is fine. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not necessary to have it that big. Okay, let me do that bit by bit. I'm going to rip out just part of it. And we can see if we'll see if I can fix the visual stuff. Because let me do that without a time lapse. If I remove this bit and put an overhang over here, then I can rebuild this overhang and we'd have the same thing up there. So that got rid of this whole column, which is what I want. Yeah, I think I can do that. And then I also I don't want to have this pillar to be that thick. Well, okay, hold on. Yeah, well, bum bum bum. Sorry, can't talk again. Let's go back to a time lapse. I think that's more like it. That's less, you know, thick. I think that's better. Okay, over here we probably have to get rid of, well, at least those two. They're both being used, so we'll have to replace them. But that should be fine. We still have a connection if I rip them out. This thing doesn't. I'll just do something for the time being. Okay, let's unpause again. That was quite the playing around, but I really wanted to incorporate two lodges in the pillars. I don't know why, it just because it's fun, right? We have one lodge in this pillar, which means the structure here is a bit off, but it's fine, we'll never see that. And we have another lodge in there. Yeah, those two things can be dams because, well, water can't run through this gap anyway, so it's just for the looks. And I think it's better with the less thick pillars here. And yeah, this one is incorporated in the cliff. Okay, I think I'll let them build that and then we can activate those sluices and see if everything works, but it should. This is now set to close above downstream depth of 0.5. And I think we can set this to something like, I don't know, 0.15, so that it really just opens just before this dries up. I think we have re-established all paths that are needed over there. We could maybe have this. Well, we need this to be accessible at least for you know, for the time while it's being built. Probably gonna rip that out again after that though. But this is for, you know, construction purposes. Let's just bring it, whoa, bit laggy, all over there. Yeah, and I think it's faster if they build that as well, so that they can... They don't have to build like this, but they can build in both directions at the same time. If you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure you do. Right, over there we obviously need some kind of decoration. Just 2 beaver statues. Let's try 2 beaver statues. With a fence. I don't know why we would have a fence over here, but maybe it will look nice. Let's just see how it looks. Kinda wanna put a shrub here. Okay, I ripped out 2 large water pumps. We still have... Is this out of reach now? Yeah. Well, right now we still have 3 going, so... Should be okay, and we have 12k water in store, so I guess we're fine. Did I set this to biofuel? Yeah. Oh yeah, and then I wanted to test something. If you saw that during the time-lapse, we have a platform down here. And my plan was to see if we could incorporate a gravity battery on the inside of this pillar. I just wanted to try that, so... The idea is to have an upward power shaft here. I need to go down a few levels so that I can see what I'm doing. An upward power shaft pointing in this direction. And then... Well, come on. Vertical power shaft on top of it. How far can I go up? I don't know. On the other side we just have triple platforms. Let's try one more, sure. And then I should be able to... Okay, it's too high, can't place a gravity battery on there. So now this should be completely hidden inside this pillar. And we can, well, still connect the power via this thing. Where's the power grid? Oh, it's over here. So in order to test that, well, I don't really need to test it. This is obviously going to work. The only thing that can happen... No, this also cannot be flooded, this gravity battery, so this will work. Just need to hook it up now. Where would I want the power line to go? We could... Oh, is it not too late? We could incorporate it in this pillar. Yeah, it would also be weird. I think I'm just gonna route it below those two water pumps. I think that's possible without ripping anything out, right? And you're not able to reach that, obviously. Okay, so how are we coming along over here? Well, that's nice. I think it will look okay. While building it, I was almost regretting not having it up one higher, but I think it's fine like this. It's already too close to everything over there. I'm not 100% happy with the part back here, but I think that's just not. No, we're not able to make it any better. It would be nicer if we could have the sluices going out, you know, where a pillar is. That would look nicer. But I thought about that, but this would mean that we'd have to make a curve here somehow. And then we also no longer have the possibility to extend this on this side. And, well, obviously could have also done the same thing from the pillar on top. Huh. No, I think I'm still okay with that. We'll have a look at it once it's finished again, and yeah. But you can already write down comments below if you think that this is going to look nice, or if we should consider building the drop here and have something like that. I mean, we still could do that, you know. Just a single pillar here where this could drop down with a really small aqueduct over here, and it would drop down here again. Could work. Well, now let's wait till this is finished and we'll have a look at it again. You can't build that because you can't reach this thing. Same problem as always. Right? Yeah. So we need construction bridges here again. Suspension bridges. I don't need the big ones. Those are fine. Forget about that thing again. And over there... You should be able to reach that, are you not? Oh no, you can't. You also can't reach that. I think we could do a suspension bridge here. This should do the trick. We'll see. In the meantime, I'm gonna do some work on this forest. I want to make this a mixed forest. So I'm just randomly clearing the planting area where we don't want to have oak trees anymore. Probably should do more. I don't know. Maybe randomly clicking around isn't the best thing. It'll do the trick. I want to have some more chestnut trees, which we won't set to be cut down, so that this gatherer can also get, you know, chestnuts from the forest, as well as from this not an orchard. Orchard? Is that the word? You know what I mean. And also I want to have the pine trees spread in there and not, you know, so it doesn't look like, well, like this, where we have pine trees here, oak trees here. Just want to have a mixed forest. And I'll, yeah, try to do that with randomly clearing the planting area and then planting the different trees after that. This will take a while, because those trees have to finish growing and then we can replace them with other trees. Do you want to put maple trees in there as well? We don't have... Well, I can put some in there and have them be cut down. Yeah, sure. So how far can this gatherer reach? Over there, right. So this could, for example, this could be a chestnut tree, which is not set to be... Where is it now? Oh, that's gonna be tedious. Which one is it now? This one. Do not cut down this tree. And then we could have... How far can you reach? That was checked, that's also fine. We could have, for example, a pine tree here. And also have it not be cut down. Yeah, and I'll do that bit by bit. I think I should do that, the replanting at the same time, because if I do it bit by bit, I won't remember how many trees I've planted, and yeah. Okay, well, just wait a little bit. Is this now working with our construction bridge? Yeah, it is. And this is as well, they can now also build the pillars on this side. Well, let's just watch them, shall we? Oh, I'm gonna pause my manual plank production again. This shouldn't be needed anymore. I think I want to redo this bit soon, including the water pumps. Yeah, once the aqueduct is done, that's something that I want to redo soon, so that it'll look nicer. Probably even this thing as well. Maybe we'll build the spa area over here. I don't know, maybe. Okay, let's watch them finish this thing. Maybe from this point of view. Alright. So that's this aqueduct done. Gonna leave the path in there for now. Should we decide to do some decoration stuff, which is probably necessary. We can rip this thing out though. And what is the water situation like? Well, reservoir is lower than necessary for the aqueduct to work, so we'll have to wait for that. Oh yeah, we also never connected those two reservoirs, right? That's also not needed right now. I'll still have to think about what we are going to do with this, you know, visually. So I'll leave that. I'll leave that be for now. 6 days till the next wet season. We shall wait for this in order to see how this is working. I want to wait for that. Can we do some more replanting here in the meantime? I should probably wait till everything is cleared that we want to replant. Okay, so we'll just wait. Oh, is the hidden gravity battery working? Pretty sure it is. Power is full. That's not moving. There's a bit missing. Did I not place that down? Well. Now it's turning, and now we should also see the power go down in here, right? Oh wow, it's going down rapidly. Okay, so yeah, not sure if that's really worth it, but we now have the ability to hide 16,000 beaver power per hour storage thing in this pillar at least. We, well, can't hide it in another pillar, though this is not thick enough, this is not thick enough as well. And no, this is for this is a pipe for bad water, so we can't do anything here because we need to have a hole in the wall. But should we have pillars like this in the future, we can hide a gravity battery in there. We can maybe also hide gravity batteries in this thing. We'll see. How is this looking with the lodges? It's a bit weird, but I think it's fine. Do we want to have this part accessible? Can I put a bench there or something? You know, 2 hammocks. Is this connected to a path? Wow. Hold on. It isn't, but we could. Why not? I could just put hammocks there. Why not, right? Yeah, those are fine. It's nice and symmetrical like this. Do we need a path connection over here? I guess. Why not give them a path over there as well? Well, now that we don't have, you know, a whole lot of work to do for them, maybe they can clean up the rubble. Right, wet season is upon us. It just started. I didn't do that much in the meantime. I just laid down the foundations for the next 2 pillars in this direction. Just did the measuring. Hopefully I did that right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Yeah, it's right. And because we want to extend this aqueduct to over there as well in the future. And while doing that, I thought, well, should we extend the aqueduct? Obviously those 2 sluices have to go and have to be somewhere else. For example, over here. And then I thought if we have them over here, we could really do the thing where we have a separate pillar here up to, I don't know, up to that height something. Have the water from this aqueduct go down to this pillar, drop down in the lake below, and on the other side drop on a very tiny aqueduct which would feed into this one, which would change the look and feel of this, and it wouldn't be that weird anymore, maybe, or would it be weirder? You can tell me in the comments below if you think that's a good idea and that I should change that again. Wouldn't be that big of a deal. We'd just get rid of this. Well, I honestly don't know how much we'd have to remove. We could even leave this in here and just have the water drop down over there and not from, you know, the middle of this thing. The more I think about it, the more I think that this is weird that the water will drop down where we don't have a pillar, if you know what I mean. Speaking about the water, is it rising already? It is. Oh yeah, and right now it's rising on those 2 things separately because we have not yet connected this. Yeah, gonna do that soon. Hold on, there we go, water. I should set them to automatically open. Downstream depth of 50, that's probably too much. Let's do, I don't know, 40. Okay, yeah. And then this feeds into this, and yes, that's more like it. Now it's starting to take shape what I want this to look. And now that I see it, this doesn't look too bad. But I wanted to have the, you know, the Beaverome feeling of multiple layers of aqueducts, bringing the fresh water to, you know, all the distant colonies and parts of, not colonies, all the distant parts of Beaverome. Yeah, I really like that now. Still, maybe it would also look good if we had the waterfall here and then there again. Tell me what you think. Is this good? Or do we want to have sluices here dropping down a little bit, dropping down to this side and then dropping down to the other side as well and feeding into this? Also, I quite like the fence up here. Don't know why, it's neat. We'll have to do some decorations on top of this. Yeah, maybe you can also come up with an idea for that. Fences and beaver statues, you know? Maybe? Lanterns even? Nah, I don't think lanterns. Yes, right. With that, I think we can safely call this the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, have a good one. Bye bye.